Then welcome to game 1 in this lower bracket final. It's the decider between VP and Team Liquid. One of these teams will be progressing to TI through this match, the other will not. And the last month's, years worth of effort will all be for naught. And they'll have to go back and
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
Stare at the drawing board once again.
It's looking spicy. It's looking spicy.
We have a look at our opening picks and bans. No surprises here. We will see the Marcy and Undying banned out from Team Liquid. Shadow Fiend is becoming much more popular as well, so actually warranting a first phase ban here as well, along with the Enigma. And we're at the point now where if Marcy, if the Primal Beast isn't banned in the first 4, then the chances of being picked up are probably about 95%. So we'll see the Primal Beast pick. In response, Liquid throw out the Clockwork and the Disruptor. So these two heroes have had considerable success against the Beast. The Glimpse, pretty helpful. Kinetic Field as well, just managing to sort of lock him down and unable to let him move around and move freely, which is what Beast wants to be able to do, sort of reset himself in a fight and get off that second round of spells. And also the Cogs, just nuisance abilities that don't necessarily deal damage, but just stop this Primal Beast from running rampant in a team fight. And also pretty good in lane against him too. Like the Clockwork is just one of those clutch picks against a Primal Beast that his kit just seems to counter a lot of what Primal Beast wants to do. Plenty of ways to cancel the Pulverize. Can lock him down so you can't get the trample damage off. Cogs can sort of be pretty annoying against an Onslaught charging in. You know, these are all sort of just and just scouting out as well, just making sure you know where the Primal Beast is on the map. This is probably one of the underrated things about the Clockwork against the Beast. So Visage will be picked up by VP as their second pick. Looking for that strong auras. Sort of moving around, probably in the off lane. The Visage pick sort of indicates that the Primal Beast probably isn't the 3. Most likely be the Visage 3 Primal Beast. Either the 4 or the mid laner, which is becoming more and more popular. You just get that early BKB on the mid Primal Beast and you can do pretty much anything you want. There's not going to be any physical damage dealers that have the damage to get rid of a Primal Beast with the early BKB. And of course, with the BKB, any spells that can get through it are just probably not going to kill him at this point. Just hold him back like a Clockwork Hook. Stop him from moving and not actually getting the damage done on the kill. Welcome in, Dante Garland. Hey, good day, sir. How was your work? It was a reasonable day. I've got developed a bit of a sore throat between yesterday and today, so we're casting through pain tonight. Bringing you this live through the pain of my throat. Supporting Liquid so far because I'm a Western EU fanboy, yeah. I mean, this is non-biased cast right here, so you'll see VP versus Team Liquid. Yeah, it is rough for both teams here. Look, both teams deserve to get through. When you think about you know what both teams have gone through, and Outsiders, VP, same entity, who missed out on TI by like what, 1 point or 0.7 of a point. You know, that 1 point, it's gonna haunt them. Maybe it will haunt them for the rest of their days. But Team Liquid, you look at both these teams, such star-studded lineups. You'd expect them both to be in the TI main event, but only one will be making it through. Second phase bans, Darkseer. Oh, I love the Darkseer ban. Lone Druid, no more Eldoge for Matumba Man, and the Pudge removed. So Big tanky heroes taken out from VP in the second phase of the bans. Darkseer with the Clockwork is just a really nice... it's just a cookie cutter strat. Throw on the Iron Shell and you're just guaranteed to get that value with the Clockwork. So that's a pretty good ban. Oh yeah, look at this. Last ban on the Bloodseeker and straight into the Pangolier pick. So when you see a Luna ban, Tusk ban, it's like, yeah, it's whatever. And then you see the Bloodseeker ban and you immediately know that with a Bloodseeker ban, the next pick is 95% chance going to be a Pangolier. 5% chance it'll be a Timbersaw. But the Pango is picked up for Team Liquid. So looking at the draft so far, we see a 4 and a 5. This Pango, probably going to be the Mickey hero in the mid lane. Zai did play, I believe, Venomancer in the last match against VG. All the memes about the Cuckoomancer right there. But we'll have to see what Zai is going to play this game. Could be the Pango. But I think getting much more value out of a mid Pango, early levels, get the roll online, get that fast defusal, and really try and push the limits of the hero. Pangolier is one of those heroes that if you don't push the limits of constantly throughout the early game, you really aren't getting as much out of the hero that you can. Like, there's always the potential for the God tier chain stun later on around a cliff or against a wall with the Pangolier, but there's an early power spike involved with this diffusal blade, and you just need to be pushing the envelope with what the hero can possibly do, and it's best done from the mid lane. VP taking a while to go take their next pick here. The Primal Beast and the Visage might be thinking about another support here, or possibly their safe laner. They have 2 picks in a row, so they'll grab whichever 2 they want. They're mid, maybe mid and support. Mid could already be on the field with the Beast. Now, I did mention briefly the Luna ban. Luna just making sure that there's not a timing-based push coming against Liquid. Liquid are happy to take this a little bit later. Skywrath Mage. Okay, so good combo setup with the Pulverize on the Primal Beast. Also, the Bird drops on Visage. They're about 1.5 seconds each, I believe, at level 3. So, it's 3 seconds. 3 seconds of lockdown from both of those sets of spells, really. So, plenty of time for the Mystic Flare to do its work.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Tiny. Okay. VP are quite flexible in their draft at the moment with where they want to send their heroes. Primal Beast mid or Tiny mid. Skywrath could technically mid, and you could have a support Tiny and Primal Beast. That's very unlikely, but Skywrath Mage will just be the supporting cast for one of these other 2 tanky heroes. So far, it would appear so in this draft. Team Liquid, they're looking for their safe laner and also their off laner. So Martu's hero as well as Zai's. Now let's think about what offlaners are still in the pool. We haven't really seen anything of Underlord, if at all. Take the Lifestealer. Okay. The Lifestealer is good against the Primal Beast, good against the Tiny, pretty decent against the Visage as well. With the high damage that he can get with that Armlet Deso build if he goes that way. Pretty good laner as well. It's pretty safe in lane with the Feast and the open, well, not the open wounds anymore. The Ghoul Frenzy can just sustain well in lane. Doesn't really need a whole lot of babysitting, particularly with maybe just the level 1 in the Rage to keep himself safe. They're still looking for an offlaner. Tidehunter is banned out. Big AoE ultis we saw Liquid actually pick up yesterday to huge effect in their Ruffle Stomps of the previous series. Darkseer, Tidehunter both taken out. I mean, Bat's still available. Beastmaster's still available. Oh, there goes the Bat. As I was saying, so Beastmaster's available. Timbersaw, but I mean, Timbersaw is just doubling down on the whole, like the Lifestealer almost. You're sort of doing 2 heroes, picking 2 heroes to do the same thing. I think the Lifestealer is enough to go against the Tiny and the Primal Beast, and maybe another form of initiation.
5 seconds remaining.
Do I know why VP are allowed to use their name again? I didn't investigate a whole lot. As far as I thought, it was just an acquisition of a name or acquisition of a company from Outsiders back to VP. I don't know. I haven't investigated. I didn't put any time into it.
Seconds remaining.
Last pick here. So the safe laner from VP. Lifestealer hates to play against a Razor. It could still fit into the draft. Still that anti-carry here. It's a classic. It is the classic counter to the Lifestealer. The point is, if Lifestealer gets ahead, the Razor just can't steal enough damage, and it always feels bad if it gets that point. It's the Razor. There you go. So decent, really good against the Lifestealer. Not so much against the Pangolier. Pangolier can just swash away and break the link. Disruptor's pretty decent against it as well. You can just glimpse the Razor back to cancel the link. Clockwork doesn't really care that much about the physical steal, but doesn't like getting whacked with all that damage either. In terms of the offlane picks here, look. Yeah, Underlord, but I think it's just the Beastmaster. It's the one, the meta hero that hasn't been picked here yet at all. Can't see anything else, really. It'd be the Veno. Okay, so do take the Zai. Veno once again. So Martu will be on the lifesteal Zai on the Veno. Mickey on the mid Panga. Pangolier. Insania will be the Disruptor, which... Insania Disruptor is becoming a feared pick. And that'll leave Boxy on the Clockwork. Vision superiority with those flares. For the side of VP, Zakoda will be on the 5 Skywrath Mage, Yemich on the 4 Tiny. That leaves GPK on the mid Primal Beast, as we suspected from that first pick. Just that power spike with the early BKB is a little too hot to handle for a lot of heroes. DM will have the off-lane Visage, and that leaves Ramses on the Razor. Now, safe lane Razor is always a little bit of a gamble because, as I've said, he's not a carry in himself. Razor is classified as an anti-carry. He is designed to counter the opposition and not necessarily be that leading force himself. He can farm reasonably well with the Plasma Field. It's not the best farming tool. And yeah, for the most part, he still is a ranged hero. So as a ranged hero with a mediocre farming tool, Razor tends to not get a whole lot of farm. That's why the ultimates generally pop to just keep the farming rate going nice and high. Pretty much using that off cooldown. It's very similar to the Phantasm on the CK. Just, you know, keep using that ulti to hit creeps. So in that way, the Razor can sort of keep up in terms of farm. We'll have to see if Martu decides to go for a Hand of Midas this game or wants to have a bit more of an active build. Veno does delay the game. Wards can slow things down, but also can make them push pretty quickly and take map control and control an area. We'll mention as well, the Veno with the Plague Wards is a real nuisance at cancelling Blink Daggers. You just never know when you're going to get hit by one of those Blink Daggers. And... what are we looking at here? Number of Roshan kills. 3 is a good number. Best barracks kill. I think Liquid's draft is pretty good. I do like the Pango mid. I think Clock and Disruptor are a really good support Zero at the moment. 10 minutes. Yeah. Maybe GPK. Yeah. So we'll just have a quick pause up here. Dante Garland. Also, you're not fooling me with Natural Stream. I know your prediction is on the line. Oh, in terms of my last chance qualifier prediction. It's 500 battle points. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter either way. I just want to see some good Dota. I think that's why we're all here. We just love to see good Dota, you know? That's what we all love to see. Now, I don't know if we've had pauses. It's Vodka. You're running out of copium. Welcome in. How am I today? I'm actually a bit sick, but fear not. We're still bringing it to you. Paused up at the moment. Let's just have a look at Zakota's SF statue. We're good to go. Alrighto. Both teams will be heading out. Get that early vision down. Yeah, this is a best of 3 today, so winners will be going through to TI. This is for all the cookies, the marbles, the lollies, everything you might want to and do want to take home. Because let's be honest, just qualifying to TI is a huge bucket of money. For these teams, you know, professional Dota, it's the dream for everyone, but it's really only the teams that make it to TI can actually sustain. We actually did get caught on the Ward Vision going back, walking back up the high ground there, Mickey. Although I don't think he had a slot available, so maybe the bait didn't. Maybe it was the reverse psychology. Deliberately gets caught under the vision of a ward without a slot missing for a ward. So they'll think he's baiting when in fact they weren't baiting, and the obs was put up on the high ground. Reverse psychology there from Mickey in the mid lane. Or VP will just think, oh, he's walked back, he's placed a ward. Let's drop a sentry down. Thank you, Date. It means a lot that you appreciate the stream, and I hope I can bring the best game to you tonight. Bottom lane, Yamich, or bottom river, Yamich will just look on, and a couple of runes each. We'll head to the lanes. So in the mid lane, for VP will be GPK on the Primal Beast to be laning up against Mickey on the Pangolier. Down the safe lane for VP, Ramses with the Razor. Laning with Yamich, the Tiny. Probably Pos 4, even though he's laning in the bottom lane at the moment. They'll be up against Zai and Boxy. Boxy on the clock and Zai on the Venomancer, Pos 3. Up in the top lane, DM will be handling the Visage, supported by Zakota on the Skywrath Mage. And they're laning against Matu, the Lifestealer, and Insania on the Disruptor. A lot of harass in this top lane possible, I would say, to begin with. Between the Soul Assumptions, the Concussive Shot level 1, and also the Thunderstrike coming out. Matu's going to feel a lot of pain in this top lane. TM and Zakota are going to absolutely give it to him every time he steps up close to that lane. Mid lane 3 and 1 as opposed to 2 and 0 to begin with here. But it's gonna be, actually he's going to be double deny. He's thinking about it. Yeah, 1 deny. 2 denies from Mickey. Wowzers, that's a huge play in the mid lane there. Damage coming out on Sani. Look at that level 1 damage soul assumption from DM. Sani just popping a couple more mangoes, keeping the rash going on Zakota. And look, there's the damage again. Insania will have to salve up, but he's drawing the attention away from Matu, which is what every good support wants to do. Says, take me instead. Matu just wants to hit some creeps in peace. Got level 1 in the feast, tries to heal up a little bit. The mid lane, underneath the tower. GPK just posturing, won't take any tower hits, uses the creep aggro perfectly. Bottom lane at the moment, Razor 8 and 1, so lasting quite well. Barrier Assault used over on Yamich, but just toss the Clockwork back over into the creep camp. Boxy will take the old break effect from the hill troll creeps. Mickey, Bottle, as well as GPK in the mid lane. Both will get a nice little refill. And there you go, ladies and gents. There's the mid lane. Everyone's on full HP and mana because water runes at 2 minutes and 4 minutes. Insania getting off a nice little pull on the Hilltro creeps as well. These are a really good camp to pull because you can often get a full deny just from the one camp. Any other small camp, you have to make sure that you get the stack to get off a decent deny, but with that Hill Troll camp, you can, if you aggro it well, you can kill all the creeps. BK will just continue to clear out the mid lane here, forcing the creeps under the tower for Mickey. But Mickey is not really that concerned by it. He has Swashbuckle and a Shield Crash level 2. And can force out a lane at will if he needs to. Bottom lane. There's a static link onto Boxy. We'll just force him back with the battery assault running. Ashushu, welcome into the stream. Thank you for the raid of 12. Welcome into the Dotes today. Yemich with the toss back. Underneath the tower, Ramsey still has a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, the first blood actually happens up in the top lane with the rotation of GPK. The action on both sides. Gale will miss on Yamich. Does do the old sidestep. Twinkle toes are in effect at the moment for the Tiny. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Shushu. Welcome in, Raiders. We are casting, actually, maybe even another kill on the top lane here. 2 deaths. But Martu will be happy with that one. He gets the kill onto the Visage, and he's still farming the lane as opposed to the Visage who's back in base. Have to TP back out in a moment. Mid lane 27-5 for Mickey. GPK is only on 18-1, but with that rotation to the top, did sort of make up for it a little bit. There's a damage reduction from Mickey. Doesn't take a whole lot from the trample because of that damage reduction. Level 3 already and 20% per hero. So 20% hero reduction just for getting the shield crash off onto GPK, the one hero. Thank you, Tangled12, for giving a little shout out to our man, the Shushu. Thank you very much for coming in. This is the damage on Martu, my goodness, the Soul Assumption. This is the final game in the last chance qualifiers for TI11. So the winner of this series, or last series rather, slow on Ramsey's bottom lane, will be still harassed from Zai. The winner of this series will be going to TI, and the last slot for TI available. The loser, they get nothing. They go home, and the dream is over for the year. Eismerfield doesn't quite stretch onto Zai. DM actually gone for the 2 points in the Soul Assumption. This is an interesting build. Normally you want to max out the Grave Chill on the Visage so that when you get the Familiars at level 6, they get the increase in move speed and attack speed with that Grave Chill. So it's quite unusual to see the maxed out Soul Assumption. However, with the increased damage from the Ancient Seal, you can see what build they're going for in this top lane. Matumbaman has to rage and is trying to heal through, but it won't be enough. There's a Soul Assumption again. And DM is hunting. We'll get a hit off on the Courier, and Sanya will walk away within the effect of the kinetic field. Is he maxing it out? He might max out the Soul Assumption. This would be quite a weird bottom lane. Zai, the last bit of toss damage, and the tree throw finishes off. Ramsey's into the tree. Boxy just needs to get the clicks on, but the avalanche will save. The flare's already been used, and Ramsey's walks it off. Doesn't have any regen though, so will be reasonably low once Zai comes back out to this bottom lane. Boxy even with the battery assault up in 3. No boots though, so we'll find it hard to make it onto the Razor. Behind the tower, Yamich is just looking for a tower deny, so trying to TP in, wants the XP, doesn't get there in time. Ooh. And force the TP from Boxy as well. For those of you who don't understand what just happened there, so Tiny wanted to refill on health and mana. Instead of running all the way home, just kills himself to the tier 2 tower, which means no XP is given to any of the heroes on Liquid, and a small amount of gold is spread across the team. And he gets a free refill. Top lane, Rolling Thunder has been used onto DM. Mickey connects with the second one through, and Martu will finish off with the last Itzy. The other benefit of that is, as well, is if you deny yourself to neutral creeps, you have an increased timer on your respawn, whereas if you die to the tower, you don't. So just a marginal little play. Might look like a lol Yemich moment there for any of the uninitiated, but he's actually doing the most efficient play he can on the map at the moment. So good first roll there from Mickey in the top lane. Has the Orb of Corrosion and working into the mana boost. Just wants to have enough mana to spam the abilities out. Not have to return to base for refills himself. Boxy level 4 is moving through to the mid lane. Has the boots as well, so should be able to chase down. If he gets on top of someone with the battery, shouldn't have any problem sticking on now. Zai level 5 has gone for the 2-2-1 build. That seems to be fairly meta with the Veno now. 2-2 and then start maxing out this Plague Ward. Martu's being pressured now by the Familiars. Look at the silence and the Soul Assumption damage. And he might just die. Rage just gets off in time. DM has another Soul Assumption ready, and Martu will just jump away into the creep and got a bit of a trek. He's taken the creep to Isengard. GPK is just trampling in behind the tier 1. Will find himself a kill on the Disruptor. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're also getting kills on the Clockwork, and Ramses will just TP out. He'll live. With all the poison on him, he's healing through. No issues at all. Top lane, Mickey is rolling. Finding the Skywrath Mage. Kills all around the map at the moment. We need multiple sets of vision. DPK is still enjoying the game. Throw up the high five, but Mickey is not having any part of that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Martu going for quite a tanky build early on. Has the Bracer, Magic Wand, Orb Corrosion giving plus 150 health as well. Knows he has to live through the burst coming out from this Visage and this level 2 Soul Assumption. So Zai used the level 1 Poison Nova, didn't get a kill for it. Level 1 Poison Nova is very underwhelming a lot of the time. You sort of feel like it's maybe not even worth grabbing until level 12, or at least later on till you get some higher points in the Plague Ward, which are worth a little bit more. Ramsey's taking a lot of damage mid lane. Flare will be thrown top. We'll scout out what's going on, but it will appear that Liquid is just leaving this top tier 1 to its fate. GPK, DM, and Zakota will secure it, leaving the last hit to GPK. He'll get that done. Meanwhile, Ramses is being hunted, brought back with the glimpse into the cogs, and Battery Assault, as well as the shield crash, will finish off the damage. Oh, Yoinker, a neutral item on the way out as well. Bottom lane, Zai is setting up camp. He's setting up his Toxic Kingdom. Got the level 2 Plague Wards now, level 2 Poison Sting. And when he comes down into this area, we'll start to feel their legs slowly stop moving. As he will just plant down the Poison Wards anywhere and everywhere that he can. Pull the wave. Let the creeps deal the damage on the tower. Catapult, unfortunately, is dead. Middle lane, GPK will onslaught away. Roll coming through. Will Kanach onto Yamich after the avalanche. It's already been used. Boxy, he walks in. Boxy walks in and decides to walk out. Takes 3 or 4, 5 tower hits for his trouble, but has a salve. But should be back up to full HP in a moment, if he wants to use it. Flare, checking the high ground. We'll see there's a sentry there and get rid of it. That might make them think that there is an obs around somewhere. There are obs further down, but not actually sort of above that and below that, but not actually on that high ground. So smart warding here from Liquid. You know, sometimes people might think, oh, this ward is not very valuable because it doesn't give a lot of vision. But a ward that is not de-warded provides more vision than one that is. Meanwhile, Smoke top lane damage with level 6 as well as Zakota. Mystic Flare is online. They're going to try and catch Matumba Man. There's the silence. Leading in with the concussive shot, but Matumba's just a little too fast. Yamage can't connect in time. And even with it, they might not have the damage. There it is though. Mystic Flare catches onto Insania with the Pulverize. Trying to hide in these little set of trees here. He was found out by GPK. The Beast sniffed out that Disruptor. Well, that burst on the creep wave is pretty dirty there from Mickey. Invis Room bowled up, working on Diffusal Blade. Not that far away, actually. About 500 gold and you'll have it. DM. VP's version of the offlaner, the annoying offlaner. We have wards on one side and we have birds on the other. Slowly this tower has been ticked down. Top side. Zakota still just annoying Matumba Man as much as he can. But low on mana now. Zakota's going to have to probably head home for a bit of a refill. Unless he's got clarities on the way. Probably multiple clarities would do the job. Smoke now. 3-man from Liquid. Mickey leading the charge. Boxy. got the hook, as well as Insania with the kinetic field and static storm. They're looking for a catch. They find Yemich off to the side, but that's not all they want. They're rolling through. They want more. Matu's joined the party as well. Might just try and save Boxy if he needs it. Brought back into the static storm. They'll take down Zakota. Boxy will pay the price, though, for their movement. Avalanche used from Yemich. Oh, the damage from the shield crash. I mean, that's even surprised me how much that did. I guess it's 300. That Tiny wasn't as tanky as he looked. The Tumber Man being onslaughted up. We'll just dodge it with the Infest. Now the Rage to walk it away. Glimpse back on GPK will send him home. And Matumba Man's just turning around, knowing he's got the support of the rest of his team heading over.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now, trample is magical damage, doesn't pierce spell immunity, so the Rage will just ignore that trample damage coming out. Okay, roll in 30. Probably doesn't want to take a fight until then. Boxy chilling around in this mid lane. Arcane Rune available for Mickey. Will be claimed by the side of Liquid. And look at it. You now see the wards. Look how annoying. There's the hook. He stopped to heal the wards and now he's dead. This is what these wards do. And now level 4. Avalanche mid lane. Yamich, he's been slowed down. He can't feel his legs. He'll slowly die to one last right click from Insania. And now they're after Ramsey. They catch with the Venomous Gale. They're going to roll to commit for this. Mickey, he's coming forward. Hits with the shield crash. Wants to try and connect back up with the swashbuckle. And inside the kinetic field, he will die. It's just kill after kill after kill for Liquid. And it all started from the Skywrath Mage who just stopped to hit a Plague Ward there a moment. Yeah, level 4, it's so hard for a support to deal with. You just can't stand still and hit it as a support because you become such a target. You're under vision, you're ticking down, you're being slowed. Cool Courier. DM's trying to scout out with the birds. They see them, have the vision. Hook's ready in a moment. Now it's online. Flare can scout it out if it's available. Oh no! The hook into Insania. They'll follow up with the Static Storm anyway. It probably won't matter. I think they'll have enough damage with the Pango coming through as well. Men are burning him up. He will die, but I mean, everyone's been there in that situation. Boxy, he's looking at the kill. Not really looking at where his hero is. Insania doing the same thing. He wants to get that Static Storm down. And works out in the end for Liquid. And Ramses will just keep popping the Eye of the Storm off cooldown. As soon as he has it, he uses it again just for farming purposes. The Razor tends not to farm very quickly. You can see he's bottom of the net worth for the cause. And as he's a ranged hero, he doesn't flash farm. He's can't really get himself... definitely can't get himself a Battle Fury. Maybe Maelstrom would be a way to increase the farm, but it's not really a feel-good item on the Razor. Going in for the electricity... themed build. He wants to get this BKB, probably Boxy. Here, Silence will come out. Matumba Man pops the Infest away with the Rage and glimpse back. Ramses will get caught. Boxy's going to die for this rotation, but it looks as if Ramses will as well. With Zai coming across, the poison. And it's a pos 1 for a 4, and Liquid will once again take that trade. As Razor, he doesn't flash farm. He's going for the early BKB so he can fight, but then look at the build. Back into Midas. He knows, Ramses, that he needs a way to scale on this Razor. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how much damage he can steal from Matumba Man in another 20 minutes time. Matumba Man's just going to kill him if he doesn't have some items of his own. Zakota has a couple of wards, using the Courier to scout on the high ground. The ward planted down here, it's actually just outside of both sentries. This one just missing, so that ward will go undetected, probably for the whole duration. Another 3 minutes and 40. Bottom lane, chasing through onto Yemich, Matumba Man, with the armlet and the open wounds, the shard online. Well as that Fuel Frenzy, that Tiny was not moving anywhere at all. Top lane, mass TPs, Boxy initiates with the hook, finds out DM inside the cogs, roll, will come through, try and connect him and get inside those cogs. There is a stun, Disruptor dies on the back line to GPK, BKB now popped on this mid, Beastmaster, Pulverize comes out and finds Boxy. Mickey has a DD, trying to slowly get through the Skywrath Mage. Will do. Zai comes through with the slow, the damage, the Venomous Scale. DM still trying to walk it away. Is just alive. Will now go down to the DD. Swashbuckling Mickey. And it's a 2v2 in the top lane. Liquid defend their tower. They lose their 2 supports, but they claim the offlaner of VP. And that was the fresh BKB from GPK. So from now on, we'll decrease in duration down to 8 seconds next time. And GPK did only just make it out of that situation. Was managed to onslaught away just in time. Would have been a disaster if GPK had died with that BKB reveal. He is their top net worth on the side of VP, but he is still behind the Pango and Matumba Man's Lifestealer. Mickey, Blink Dagger coming, so the instant initiation from the roll. It's going to be available soon. Boxy still hunting with the Infest Bomb, throws out the flare. Wants to see if anyone's hiding up behind these tower in the trees. No one's home. DM is in the area, but senses a little bit too much trouble. Map's a little too dark, and he will head back towards his mid-tier 2. But into the Roche Pit go Liquid. With the open wounds. Everyone healing up. I think there's the scan, so BP know what's happening, but knowing something's happening and being able to do something about it is 2 entirely different things. They're 4k net worth down at the moment. Ramses is still trying to farm towards this Midas. He just wants to keep scaling. Martu will take the Aegis and head back to farming. Really, head back to farming. He's looking bottom. Going right into the jaws of VP. But VP, they see a TP'd in Aegis Lifestealer, and they're not keen on hanging around. In fact, the rest of the team of Liquid are just moving through the jungle. The line is drawn. The glimpse comes out, and this will be a dead Zakota. Who wants the kill? They'll give it over to Mickey. Boxy making sure he doesn't right-click there to make sure his mid gets that kill. Bash will be next on the Pangolier. Ramses, it's still 800 gold away from a Midas, man. You have to feel for him. This game is going to have to go for a while for him to get value. Look at the slow from these wards. Has to hit it 3 times to get the death, and takes a swashbuckle to the face, GPK. Aghanim Scepter is next up on the Primal Beast, wanting to get that break effect. If we look at what heroes there are to break, I mean, we have the Lucky Shot. Plague, the Poison Sting, pretty good as well. Top lane. Roll, catches onto DM, and with the Infest Bomb, the Clockwork plus Matumba Man. He's committing for the tower. I think the deny is going to come out. 200 gold from the Familiars, and that'll be a free deny on that tower if they want to take it. Martu will go back and slap it down. So for everything that DM committed for, he doesn't get the tower. Bottom lane, toss back onto Zai. There's the silence. Stake Storm actually might even save him on top of the 4-stuff away. BKB committed from GPK. Poison Nova does come out. Ramses does get hit by it, as well as GPK. With a hook, catching through over on a Ramsey, and he's isolated off from the rest of his team. 4-stuff from Boxy does keep him a little bit further away. Won't take a whole bunch of damage. But now, Mickey and Martu are both here joining the fight, and they find the Razor trying to disengage. Boxy says, yeah, I'll take the suck any day of the week so that Martu can come through with full damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fan Brace as well for the Lifestealer, so even more strength. Even tankier, harder to bring down. Dragon Scale for Boxy. A little bit of regen, armor, a little bit extra damage inside the cogs to try and get the kills. Tumbler's Toy on Insane, a little bit of mobility might be enough to get the Stag Storm down in time. DK's still holding on to that Lance Pursuit, really valuing just the mana. You can see how much mana he burns through constantly and doesn't want to run out in a fight. Fan Brace as well for GPK, so all's fair in love and war. All's fair in love and Dota. Boxy Infest Bomb is looking for something in the middle lane. GPK has no BKB for another 17, but the smoke is there. They toss in with Yamage. They find, though, Matumba Man. They might have found more than they were bargaining for. Zakota's already dead. DM pops down the Wraith Pact, and I don't know if it's going to be enough to save himself. Meanwhile, off to the side of the fight, Mickey is rolling through. We'll use the roll-up to get the chain stun onto Tiny, and we'll follow with the kill. It will appear that DM did TP away. Glimpse on GPK. Poison Gale. GPK, BKB. Matumba Man raged up. They're going to chase him. There's no way he's getting out the bash through the BKB. And Matu cleans up the kill. More gold in the pockets of this Lifestealer. He's top net worth. And if your top net worth is a Lifestealer with an Aegis 23 minutes in, you know, this is when Dota becomes really, really fun for the winning team. Because, I mean, Armlet, Open Wounds, Desolator, 21 charges, Phase Boots. This guy is absolutely stacked right now. Matu is just the king of the map. He infested into 5 heroes at the end of that, at the start of that last fight, and he didn't even care. The Aegis will be claimed. Okay, jumps in. The second life respawn from Matu. Hook comes through, connects. With the cog backwards, forcing him towards his team. Actually dodging the Mystic Flare with the 4-staff. Yamich, he needs one more right click. Oh, the infest damage will actually get the job done as Matu escapes out. Realizing he hadn't quite done the job on the kill. Zai, Poison Nova. Ooh, 4-staff away, breaking the link. Link forward from Mickey. Swashbuckle gets the bash. Flare damage as well. There's still a poison sting on him. Oh, BKB is used just to stay alive. That's now down to 7 seconds on Ramses. I mean, if he didn't use that BKB, he does die then to the tick of the poison sting with that Swashbuckle connecting. Tier 2 tower bottom is just falling towards Zai. He's getting the job done. And also, look at this. This is the power spike for the Veno. Plus 10, level 10 talent, level 15 talent. The slow on the poison sting, another 8%. And 20% poison sting health regen reduction. It really does start to add up. You just can't move. Can't move, you can't heal. If you get a Venomous Gale on you as well, then you really can't move or move, and you actually are dying as well as not moving and not healing. DM has the auras though for his team. If they can fight around this Visage with the Wraith Pact and the Pipe of Insight, they might be able to pull off a high ground defense. Dakota, no items coming his way yet, still working on a 4-staff. Might be able to save himself from a Lifestealer or a Clockwork. Yamich has the blink and 4-staff will still be quite a long way away. Disruptor proving to be one of the meta supports of this patch. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Hook comes through, catches the Infest Bomb, and there was a Tiny there. Same as the Skyreth Maze. There was to it's a DD on Matumba Man. GPK is charging away, has a BKB. He might end up having to use it. Pops the Uproar. With the Agnum's upgrade, the Splinters coming out. Ramses. Most important ability is about to come off cooldown in a moment. The Midas, he's got to use it. I even trying to use it on the Catapult. I was going to say, actually, his Midas stepped a little far too forward. The bash from Mickey. BKB immediately popped from Ramses. Static Link comes out, but Matumba Man just runs away. They can't chase down that low ground. Static Link down for 23 seconds. It's not even maxed out yet. Ramses identifying, needing the move speed a little bit more. Faster to farm and also faster just to live. Roshan won't be available for at least another 45 seconds. We'll find out the respawn timer then. But Liquid, 11k net worth lead, are just controlling the map right now. GPK did complete the Ags. We saw it in that last fight, but he's playing around with Insania. Insania has the vision. GPK has a BKB. Will get held in the field. Onslaught being charged up. Oh, he actually gets stopped by the field, and now the bash comes out. Size here with the damage. The BKB TP, but it's cancelled by Boxy with the hook. He's now inside the cogs. Welcome to the arena. And Mickey is now godlike. Yamich sneaking through the tree's top. This is what you do when you're in a bit of a poor position in the game. You start trying to cut some waves or get some cheeky pushing occurring, and he's just hiding up in the trees. He doesn't want to really show on this top side. He's got the Philly, so passively gaining a little more gold than you normally would. Everyone loves a Philly. So it's going to be a Lincoln's even on Mickey, not too far away. Only another 1,200 gold, and that will be online. And with the Lincolns, how does Mickey even get caught in these fights? The Pulverize Initiate won't catch him if there's a BKB on GPK, which there isn't just... If there's a Blink on GPK, which there isn't just yet. I mean, the Silence... If your Silence is blocked, then away you go, you get the roll up, and then you can turn that into the Rolling Thunder. Mickey just making himself pretty much invulnerable once that Lincoln's is online. Here we go, though. VP, 5-man smoke moving out of the base. Up the top lane. GPK leading the way. We'll have BKB in a moment. Not even working towards a blink. We'll just go for the Kaya. Wants to amp up his damage a little more. GPK just wants to farm. Maybe this was just a farming smoke. Let's just get out on the map. Go together. Birds out. Get some vision. Plant wood down on this hill spot. Check if there's anything up here. Check with the wood. Is there a gem? Ah, there is a gem on Zakota. So gem online for VP. Looking to controlling more of the vision. 2-man smoke now. Boxy's coming with the Infest Bomb. His life means nothing. If Matu's inside him, then he can do all the work. Looking at the Aghanim Scepter as well. Boxy just runs into the whole team. There will be Stag Storm on top, and out pops Matumba Man. Boxy will walk away. Silence, but living as well. Rolling Thunder with the blink from Mickey. Turns it around with the roll-up. Keeps the stun control going. Ramses eventually gets the BKB off, but he's into the trees and hiding. Bash coming out onto DM. Matumba Man is just dealing too much damage. They can't stop him. And being slowed, poisoned in the trees. Ramses, they see him. They know where he is. The Flare will see him. Poison Nova catches the code. That's GG. Game 1 goes over to Liquid. VP call it.